Everybody welcome. Good morning in Mexico. Good afternoon in the UAE. We are going to have this LCBA session, which is going to be about the waste treatment. On today's session, we are going to have the sector insight, which is going to be conducted by Victor Gomez, one of the best experts on waste treatment here in Mexico. And also we are going to have the participation of 4 EU companies, which are going to be Biogest, Ecomation, Aeronova, and Tech4Plus. And finally, we are going to have a closing remarks and next steps. Okay, remembering that LCBA program is a European Union community initiative which aims to facilitate commercial partnerships between green low carbon technologies and circular economy solutions from small and medium-sized enterprises. Currently in the Americas, we have LCBA Canada, LCBA Latam, which holds Brazil, Colombia, Chile, Argentina, and of course, LCBA Mexico, which up to date, we have been in this part of the program 3 years so far, and we expect to finish this program on March of 2024. So we are at the final stage of LCBA Mexico. And what is the purpose of the LCBA? Well, for those who are new for the platform, the main objectives of LCBA is to reduce carbon emission, promoting the principal technologies for UE, all according to the EU Green Deal, and support implementation of the Paris Agreement on climate change. The value proposition of LCBA is to make sustainable business grow, lower carbon emissions, international business deals, and supporting the green transition. All of them are held by a very large team, which we participate divided in the UAE and Mexico. And of course, we are here to help you to select the most suitable EU technologies, which are going to tackle down all the environmental and climate challenges that you have in your company. We are really responsible on the fact that all the solutions are not good enough if they tackle down the environmental issues, but if there is not a strong business case, it's not going to be possible for Mexican companies to take decision about what technologies are going to incorporate in their current processes. So LCBA has 5 different benefits. One is market intelligence. We have a strong market intelligence involving Mexico companies, their necessities, cost, and so on. Another important thing is B2B matchmaking. There are no intermediaries. Mexican companies can contact directly with the European Union representatives. Another value proposition is the virtual events. We have done, I don't know, thousands, or I don't know if thousands, but a huge number of virtual events, not only the official ones, which this is one, but also with associations, with organizations, all of them which have put interest on this initiative. We have done a lot of presentations and thousands of presentations directly with Mexican companies as well as with the European Union companies. We provide business support network. There are a good number of representatives of the program which are going to help you to figure out how to incorporate clean tech on their current processes. And finally, the tailored technical assistance, which is a value proposition, which is one of the most important propositions that the program has, and it's supported by more than 40 subject matter experts. Virginia, can you tell us more about the technical attendance?
Yes, absolutely. So technical assistance is one of the main services that we offer through the LCBA Mexico. What it is, basically, it's coaching services provided by experts for EU-Mexican partnerships that form throughout this initiative. So if you have a potential project in Mexico with an EU company or with a Mexican company, depending on who you are, you can apply for these coaching services. It's completely EU funded, and you will get up to 25 days of coaching from experts on topics that will help you accelerate and advance your project. So it can be assistance on legal advice, it can be import-export advice, logistics, operations, feasibility, project finance, very important. So we really, really encourage you and invite you that if you have a potential project, this is a very comprehensive service that we can offer as a program. And we will share a feedback at the end. If you're interested, you can express interest with us. And also, we would like to remind you that anyone who does sign a legally binding agreement throughout the LCBA Mexico also has the possibility to receive the LCBA seal, which is a recognition and award that we provide to companies to prove their sustainable commitments and to prove that they've participated in the program and we've assessed the positive impact of the project.
Thank you so much, Virginia. I think the LCBA seal works very, very well with companies who get involved with the program. So that is something that it has a lot of value on the sustainability report on the Mexican company. So take in consideration with this. Thank you, Virginia. And I think I'm going to pass the, before that, with this third year of operations of the LCBA Mexico, we have get a good community. We have more than 1,000 members, which includes more than 300 European Union companies, all specialized on clean tech, more than 500 companies registered in the program, more than 100 stakeholders, and more than 40 experts which provide the technical support. So on, we have done more than 660 meetings conducted by the LCBA platform, 26 virtual events, one event held in Mexico, more than 900 attendees, and we got a 93% of satisfaction rate. In the 6 months of benefit of LCBA support services, we have got 41 joint business concepts and 26 partnerships supported via technical assistance, and a maximum of 35 partnerships can be supported until the end of the program. So it's really, really important to take action now to take all the benefits that the program has for their companies. So far that has been the numbers. It has been really, really good numbers. We are really transparent with you. It has been very, very hard to get those numbers, and with the final stage, we invite you, all of you, to conclude this successful program with the benefit on Mexico, which get and accounts all the positive impacts since the incorporation of these technologies. So that's all the benefits and achievements, and I will pass the microphone to our key speaker, which is Victor Gomez. Victor has been a very, very good supporter for the LCBA program. Victor dominates all the Chihuahua area, and he's going to share with us some thoughts about the waste management and all the things that Victor is doing in the region. So Victor, welcome to this session, and really, really thank you for your interest and all the support provided. So thank you, Victor, and the floor is yours.
Thank you very much. And I have a little bit problem with the presentation. I don't know, well, should be, I don't know why I cannot present it that. Let me let me. Do you guys got the presentation?
If you prefer, Victor, yes. If you prefer, we can run this
Sorry,
slide
yeah,
for you.
definitely, because I cannot
No problem.
click it. Definitely, sorry, and definitely I tried to do it at this time. The Virginia, so sorry, but as well, thank you very much for the invitation to a whole team of LCBA. I will try to explain what's the focus as we're trying to make a project in Chihuahua with the waste management through circular economy. Thank you very much. And then what the municipality solid waste in Mexico at this time is this a Semarnat recorded that in Mexico is 120,000 tons per day of municipal solid waste, and as well, one please, and as well, but here's a study, a case of study in the state of Guanajuato, Mexico, which is very, very. We can focus that we can saw that the municipal solid waste is only the 10% of the whole waste of the state. Commercial and industrial waste is mostly 90% of the whole waste. So you can see that the industrial and commercial waste is much bigger than municipal solid waste. That we focus on that and try to make a project in Chihuahua. The next one, please. To make a project in Chihuahua called Chihuahua Green City. This project was full support by the delegation of European Union and Mexico. And the thing is, the private sector trying to identify opportunities, try to map the resources of those companies, that wasted the residuals could be useful for another companies. And actually, the main thing of this project, try to show the authorities, the state and the state of Chihuahua and municipality, the whole opportunities, and make this transition to those companies to make this transition to a circular economy and waste treatment. The other one, please. And as well, but the main thing, actually, the timeline. In 2016, with low carbon business action in Chihuahua, we started this project. How can you do it? We'll just try to imagine that as well, that this effort is this stage of low carbon. But in 2016, we realized in Chihuahua that we have to transitate to a circular economy and low carbon industry. So between that, the timeline was in 2017, we have a project with the municipality of Cuauhtemoc. And as well, the main thing in 2020, we have forums in the north part of Mexico led by Chihuahua. 2021, we started industrial at Chihuahua Green City is a symbiosis, industrial symbiosis project, which are we can map the whole city as a system, try to identify the residuals of those companies and try to make it to connected opportunities. In 2022, we have a national event with the European delegation in Chihuahua. And in this moment, we're working on the opportunities that we'll show you. And as well, we're working with the European Commission and Finland to organize the World Circular Economy in Chihuahua in 2025. We're trying to do that with the government of the state and the municipality as well. The other one, please. And to go those guys then to try to know where is Chihuahua. Chihuahua is the north part of Mexico. We have a huge industries. We have very powerful industries. This is an just overview of one of the state of Chihuahua, and as well the other one. And as well, the city, we have challenge. The other slides you can see, sorry, that we have challenge. We have challenge in environmental and climate actions. Actually, we're the eighth of the whole Mexico, but we have many challenges with environmental and low carbon low carbon emissions. The ecosystem that we mapped it, that already got it in the city of Chihuahua, is around 38,000 companies. In 2020, those companies doesn't know what was a circular economy, and actually the emissions, they don't really, only the huge companies know that, But the ones they didn't know. This is the challenge that we are facing in this program as well at Chihuahua Green City. This is the whole ecosystem. As the first stage of this program, we identified, and this is a process of where we're working on it. At this moment, we're working on these opportunities that we already mapped in the first stage. Plastic recycling use regenerate water, bioeconomics, bioenergy, heat district, and use valorization of tires and valorization of construction and demolitions, and as well as electrical. The government of the states pays the feasibility studies of those one of those opportunities as well, and we got results already. As the other one, we can General Electric, which is a U.S. company, they have a medical devices they fabrics in Chihuahua, but they have those scraps. They put it in a landfill, and they cannot commit it with they're not committed with, but they have a commitment with the environmental. And this time, because we have already mapped it, we are doing the soles of the shoes, and this moment they produce 1.4 millions of these medical devices per week. They generate 625 tons of these residuals with PVC, and we convert it in the shoe soles. At this moment, the government of the state are working to try to buy those shoes for the medical staff in the state of Chihuahua, trying to close in loops with the residuals. This is a case of this is a good show that we can do something with the plastic recyclings. Actually, the other one, please. Those guys from General Electric.
Sorry, just a small time check. We'll have, say, 1 minute left.
Yeah, definitely. Well, we have this plastic recycling. We can go faster. Tire valorizations, actually, we are working this because, thank you very much, with the low carbon team, we found Life for Tire, and right now we're working to implement the tire valorizations here in Chihuahua with investment of $44 million. Actually, we valorize the construction, the residuals from Interceramic. Right now, we're making blocks with another company, trying to make these connections at one place. And as well, we're working with a European company called Madaster, because we're mapping the whole buildings in Chihuahua, trying to know what the materials are into it, and this platform will be useful at approximately 10 years from now. We are working right now in this platform. Another one, please. Well, this is ecosystem. Actually, I want to show you. Well, this quite a system, as you can see, the city, the water sludge making with bioorganics is a European company. We're making a compost as well. We're making the straps of PAT with plastic band as well. We're with Instituto de la Cerámica de Castellón. We're working with Interceramic and those blocks as well. You can see that the Madaster we're working right now, and as well we're implementing Life for Tires. That because companies comes from LCBA program, so we can use it, and we can note the companies, and we're working on it and to implement those things in Chihuahua. The other one, please. We're working and we're making, trying to make industrial complex as an eco park with the government of the states. This is feasibility study, already have it. But the main thing, we can jump there one. The main things I want to emphasize, we're making solutions for implementations. We already got the maps on the figures of all companies. And thank you very much with the LCBA. At this moment, we're working with a platform to develop industrial symbiosis with Symbiosis Spain. We're working on at this moment with them as well. We're making a certification model with Metis, with the Netherlands, and we're working with many solutions: water treatment, energy efficiency, renewable energy, and waste management treatment. All those companies came from LCBA because they already mapped those companies, and we are working with them to implement those solutions in Mexico. It's a whole view, a quick view of where we're working in Chihuahua, and thank you very much for this opportunity. And I want to congratulate the LCBA team to make this effort, because it's easy to know, to connect with European companies with the solutions already mapped in Mexico.
Thank you so much, Victor. You have done a lot. It's amazing. And this is one success story that it requires a lot of time, a lot of patience, but everything pays off. So thank you so much, Victor. It was a huge, and it was very, very quick. So thank you. And well, I let Virginia to present the European companies that join us today.
Yes. Thank you very much, Victor, Jorge. So if you're interested in knowing more about the project in Chihuahua Green City, you have technologies you would like to propose, if you're a European company, a Mexican company, maybe in the area interested in joining, feel free to contact Victor. You have his contact details here.
Yes.
Oops, sorry. I just muted you accidentally. And you can also send any requests via the chat. So Victor will also be active in the chat, and the same goes for our session that we're starting now. So now we will be giving the floor to 4 EU companies that are part of the LCBAM Mexico to pitch their solution in waste treatment, meaning waste to energy or waste management technology. A quick overview of the 4 companies that we will be seeing today. We have Biogest from Austria joining us. We have Ecomation from Finland, Eranova from France, and Tech4Plus from Spain. All very innovative, very different solutions. So we really encourage you to hang in there and stay until the end to hear about their solutions. Each company will be pitching for 5 minutes, followed by 5 minutes of questions and answer with the audience. You can send your questions in the chat here. You can unmute yourself during the Q&A session, and we will try to answer as many questions as possible during the session already. If there's any question left, don't worry, we're taking note and we'll get back to you after the event. So with this, I would like to maybe just one reminder, if you're sending a chat, make sure you address it to everyone so we can see it. So with this, I think it is time to introduce our first company, our first speaker of the event, which is Georgi Kirov from the Austrian company Biogest. Welcome, Georgi. It's great to have you with us. And I will be passing the presenter role to you to start the presentation.
Thank you very much. Good morning from my side. As you mentioned, I'm Georgi Kirov. I'm responsible for the sales and development by the company Biogest from Austria. And thank you to LCBA for the opportunity to present our technology, which can help also the Mexico to reduce the waste. We know that Mexico have a big problem with the waste, and we can propose our technology to take care of the organic part of the waste and utilize all the organic waste by anaerobic digestion with our turnkey technology. For example, there is mentioned the powering. So we reduce the waste, so we use the organic waste via the anaerobic digestion to produce power or heat or biomethane or fuel for the cars, for the vehicles. And the end product is biofertilizer. The advantages of biogas that we can get from the agricultural waste or industrial organic waste is that we can turn the biogas to the biomethane, so we can produce biofuel, put it in the network or the power generation. We have also the organic fertilizer, as I mentioned before. And if we turn the biogas to the biomethane, so we can, as you can see, we have so many options. So to put it in the network, in the cars, or like LNG, to get also the CO2 liquefied and delivered to the food in the brewery industries. Yeah, and these are the biggest advantage what you can do with organic waste. We are open for all solutions. There is an overview about our technology and our anaerobic digestion. So we offering from the powering, this is the efficient all-rounder for plants bigger than 50 kilowatts, up to 5 megawatt with one, and the power compact for small farms or to use the organic waste in the menu and so on, and also the power SPF and the power digest. So we can cover all the needs and all the options on the market. What we can offer is starting from the project development, design engineering. If needed, we can have also some co-investment, turnkey construction, the service, and also not it's very important also the operation of the plant, because somebody is taking care of it. They're afraid to operate the plant. Now we can offer this solution also. So short overview about our company. So we are over 35 years old company. At the moment, we have over 80 employees. We completed 180 biogas plants and biomethane plants in over 20 countries. The head office in Vienna and in Linz. Then we have offices in the US, UK, and France, and other companies. We are working with licensed partners, so we can see our market at the moment. So we are active in North America, very close to Mexico, and we can use also our staff to build the plants there and to operate the plants. There are some success stories. We built the biggest plant ever in France with the animal waste. So we are producing 3.6 per megawatt electrical power and about the same thermal power. We delivered the steam to the cheese fabric. We're very close to this plant, and we're using animal waste from 110 farmers. Other success stories in one of the first plants that we built in UK for LNG. So they use the gas for such companies. They are selling the gas there. We have after sales support. So eShop, you can order the parts that you need, the bioservice application for the phone, the 24/7 hotline. There's some overview about our references starting from UK. We are still the market leader in France, US, Italy, and we finish also just our plant in South Korea. So we are really expanding. We start open also Australia and New Zealand. We are member in the biggest, the most of the biogas associations, starting from the European one or to the American, and Australia, New Zealand, and France, and so on. We won few awards and certificates for the best international micro plant. We are certified by ISO 9001. And you see, we are since I think 2005, 100% export, because all the renewable energy in Australia are done, or the plants are done. What we are looking for is for local partner that we can do the construction in Mexico, and of course also new biogas projects. Thank you very much from my side again for the LCBA. This is my contact if you have any questions now or later. I'm there for you to give you an answer. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Georgi. Great presentation. I think we received some interest from the audience as well. So feel free to contact Georgi here. You're also able to find him in the LCBA Mexico platform and request meetings directly. I'm also going to launch a little poll on the side. If you look into the chat option, you should see a little poll arising where we ask if you're interested to follow up with Georgi for a dedicated meeting, so we can help support, facilitate these meetings after the session. Now, if you have any specific questions that you would like to ask about the technology, now is the time. We have a couple of minutes to answer some questions during the session, or as I mentioned, you can also do so afterwards in a dedicated meeting with Georgi. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the chat, or even unmute yourself or raise your hand so we can take it into consideration.
There is already one question. I think it was by
Yes.
Carlos a little bit before.
I saw the question, so if the technology work just with manure? Yes, we can work just with animal waste, with cow manure and so on. Yeah. But the most of our plants are like this.
Perfect. And there's another question from Carlos asking if 500 cows would be enough for a biogas project.
Yes, for small size, yes. It will be about 200 kilowatt electrical power and 200 kilowatt thermal power.
Perfect. Thank you very much. We have another question asking whether you have after-sales support available in Mexico.
Yes, I saw the wastewater treatment plant. Yes, we can use it also. This is a standard usage like a co-digestion. We can put the wastewater treatment plant sludge in the biogas plant.
And how about after-sales support in Mexico? Do you have someone on the ground that can support?
Yes, yes. At the moment, we have the thesis in the US, and after we start building the plant, so we will have also support also in Mexico. This is like we're working in over 20 countries. If we start the first project, so we establish immediately our staff there. This is like, yeah, easy going with us because from so many countries, so we have the experience. No worries about this.
Thank you very much. And then I would say we have time for one final question before we move to the next picture, which is, what is the minimum amount of waste required for the feasibility of the biodigester?
I think but the smallest plants start with 6,000 tons per year. This is about 80 kilowatt electrical power. So, and also depends of the energy content. Yeah, these 6,000 tons are, for example, cow manure. Yeah? But if you put some energy crops, you will have a bigger output. But roughly with 6,000 tons, it makes sense, the investment.
Thank you very much, Georgie. This was very insightful already. Thank you for presenting, for coming in. I think we have a lot of follow-up work from the number of questions that I see. Feel free to already jump into this chat and start answering people, but the team, as we said, is also monitoring all your questions, all your expressions of interest via the poll, and we will help you follow up after the session.
Thank you also from my side again. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, with this, we will be moving to our next picture in the room today, which is Gloria from Ecomation, a Finnish company. Gloria, as discussed, I can move through the slides for you. So whenever you're ready, we are happy to start your pitch.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Let's start here. I will talk in Spanish, so but the slides are in English, so we are trying to be fair at this time of the day in Mexico. Buenos días, México. Buenas tardes, Europa. Mi nombre es Gloria Zúñiga y hoy tengo el honor de presentarles nuestra empresa Ecomation OU. Next, please. Somos una empresa finlandesa que desde 2007 ha creado procesos que convierten problemáticas basuras como desechos electrónicos, productos hechos en plástico o en caucho o biomateria, en materias primas para diferentes industrias. Este año, nuestra solución recibió el Premio Internacional a la Calidad Innovativa 2022 entre 728 soluciones presentadas. Next, please. En México, una de esas basuras son las llantas. Más de 300 millones de llantas usadas por año. 40 millones son dispuestas en basureros clandestinos y solo un 12% son recicladas de diferentes formas. Pero creemos que no tan eficiente como si lo hiciéramos con la solución Ecomation. Déjenme explicarles cómo funciona. Next, please. Nuestra solución está protegida por 19 patentes en diferentes puntos del proceso. Dependiendo de la materia prima y su estado, se revisa si es necesario un pretratamiento antes de entrar en nuestro sistema. En los reactores se produce una reacción química que transforma la materia prima en sus componentes originales. dependiendo de la materia. Por ejemplo, si la materia prima son llantas de carros o camiones, vamos a obtener un carbón mezclado con acero que se separarán con un proceso incluido en la línea y se producirá además gas y fuel oil. Nuestro sistema no es solo interesante por lo que produce, pero cómo lo produce. Es un sistema cerrado que no genera contaminación en la producción misma, funciona 24/7 con bajo consumo de energía eléctrica. La planta no necesita gran número de trabajadores, es automática, 2 por turno como máximo. Toda la maquinaria es producida 100% en Finlandia, con un retorno de inversión que puede ser menor a 4 años. Next, please. No solo no producimos contaminación. Si ponemos nuestro sistema paralelo con la contaminación que se produce cuando hablamos de industrias petroquímicas versus lo que se produce cuando se usa nuestro sistema hasta el refinamiento de materias primas, la diferencia es casi de un 65% menos de emisiones. Y si pensamos en la emisión que se produce cuando las llantas se incineran en hornos y tomamos como ejemplo una línea que maneje 10,000 toneladas por año de llantas, con nuestra solución se estaría evitando la emisión de más de 115 millones de kilos de dióxido de carbono. Next, please. En esta diapositiva pueden ver a grosso modo las cantidades de materias primas que se pueden producir con diferentes tipos de desechos. Ustedes recibirán la presentación y podemos hablar de ello luego. Next, please. Creo que han quedado claros lo que hacemos, los beneficios y los valores agregados de la solución. Y todo esto se ha construido sobre la base de prueba y ensayo y siempre a escala industrial. Next, please. Nuestros aliados y clientes en Finlandia son empresas que manejan la recolección de basura, otros que generan energía. Las universidades e institutos educativos son clave también. Todas las soluciones se crean basadas en las necesidades de nuestro cliente. O sea, vamos a hablar con ellos y nos cuentan qué tienen, qué problema es y nosotros lo solucionamos. Nuestro portafolio, next please, de proyectos, todos ellos en Finlandia. Comenzamos la solución con basuras electrónicas, next please. En los años siguientes construimos plantas y proyectos con los que creció y se fortaleció nuestro saber hacer de la solución que hoy es nuestro orgullo. Next, please. En estos últimos años lo hemos sofisticado con el apoyo de diferentes instituciones, la Comunidad Europea entre ellos, y ahora con el LCBAM estamos trabajando en llevar nuestra solución al mercado latinoamericano. Next, please. Gracias por su atención. Entre la audiencia está mi colega Tommy Payala, CEO de Ecomation, y estamos listos para responder sus inquietudes o para pautar reuniones para conocer sus necesidades y brindarles nuestro saber hacer, encontrando la solución indicada cuando de reciclaje se trata. Gracias.
Gracias, muchísimas gracias. Thank you, Gloria. That was perfect timing, 5 minutes on the spot. I think one can tell that you have rehearsed. So for our audience here in the room, I will be launching again a little poll, as you saw it earlier, to assess whether you're interested in a follow-up meeting with Gloria. So I will be launching in a minute once the chat disappears. In the meantime, if you have any questions, you can already send it in the chat now. So we can answer some of the questions during the session. And then, as mentioned before, if we don't have time to answer these questions now, we will pick them up after the session. So I see here already, we have a couple of questions already in the chat. So for example, there's a question asking, is your solution only for tires? Only
No.
for tires?
No, no. Como lo dije al principio, solamente, o sea, podemos trabajar con plásticos, podemos trabajar con materias que vengan con caucho, no solamente las llantas son de caucho, hay botas, hay las correas industriales, todos estos materiales que contienen caucho, nosotros lo podemos tomar y convertirlos a estas materias primas. También podemos trabajar con materias electrónicas. separándolas, principalmente cuando se trabaja con materias electrónicas vamos a tener los metales, que son la parte interesantísima de los electrónicos, y también podemos trabajar con biowaste, cuando nuestro cliente, nuestro colega que hizo la primera presentación, por ejemplo, tienen estas plantas y a ellos les queda un material que es orgánico y que es... hay que hacer algo con él después de que ya le han sacado toda la energía. Nosotros todavía podemos coger ese material y sacarle hasta lo último que tenga. Entonces, no solamente llantas. Las llantas son un ejemplo porque son uno de los problemas más grandes que sabemos existe en México en este momento. Eres solo un ejemplo.
Perfecto, Gloria. Y también hay preguntas si puede procesar residuos de concreto y construcción, además de industria alimentaria, como residuos de industria.
Bueno, de concreto no hemos hecho experimentos, pero bueno, podemos mirar a ver qué sale. No sé qué saldría de ello. Y después de la industria alimenticia, claro, porque son materias orgánicas. Y, por ejemplo, si hay empresas que hemos hecho trabajos con las universidades y sabemos que de las cáscaras del arroz y de lo que queda cuando procesan la avena y todo esto, toda esa materia también se puede trabajar y se produce un carbón que es muy interesante para la industria.
And a final question, maybe while we still have time, is do you have alliances that allow several companies to work in the same plant? So I'm guessing this means to process waste from different companies with one same plant.
Eso es lo que en Finlandia le llamamos, yo creo que estamos hablando de simbiosis. Ese es el medio en el que nos moveríamos facilísimo y nos encantaría encontrar ese tipo de partners en México o en cualquier sitio del mundo, donde sobre una misma sombrilla lo que nosotros tengamos o lo que para los otros sea un problema, nosotros lo convertamos en soluciones, produzcamos esos materias primas y sean utilizadas en otras industrias que lo puedan necesitar.
Perfect. With this, I will close the question session for now. You will see, Gloria, there's still a lot of questions in the chat, so feel free to jump in and start answering. Yes. We will, of course, as always, facilitate follow-up conversations with anyone who's interested, but for timekeeping sake, we will move on to the next picture. Thank you very much again, Gloria. It was a very nice presentation.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so next up in our session, we have Eranova from France with Philippe Michon present that joined us today. So Philippe, I will pass you the presenter role so you can move through the slides yourself. And whenever you're ready, we can get started.
Now?
Yes, perfect. Now we hear you.
Okay.
Very good. Welcome, Philippe.
Okay, sorry. Yes, what I was saying, I said, no puedo hablar mucho español, so it's better for me to continue in English. Okay, my name is Philippe Michon. I'm the co-founder of Eranova. Eranova, we are two founders, Philippe Lavoisier and myself. We basically created that company a few years ago in 2016 with very clear objective. A, to fight against the climate change, because we are using a feedstock to make a new generation of polymer, which are using algae. Those algae, as you know, are a pollutant. And by using them and as well harvesting those algae, we are preserving arable land, and we are preserving the biodiversity. The second is we are reducing the dependence on fossil resources, because we are switching from petroleum plastics to partially bio-based plastics. And we accelerate the transition to the industry by moving the industry to a new generation of polymer to make a switch. The biopolymer, it does exist since 20 years. There is the first generation, which is using food crops, using arable land in competition with the food. There is a second generation of biomass, which is only the waste of the agriculture, which can be used as well to make bioplastics. And today we are basically on the third generation, which is resourced from the sea. It could be in France, we are using Ulva rigida. It could be Sargassum, which could be used for certain type of application. And our process is patented. We have 2 patents on the process. We work with the collection of the green microalgae. We put them in very big raceways. We are harvesting those algae and we increase their level of starch. In the case of Sargassum, we do a little bit different. We bleach them without any chemical on it. It's a biological process. And we're going to compound it to make a resin, to make pellet, which can be used for the industry. So this is a process which is basically as well capturing CO2, because when you put algae on raceways, they're going to reproduce themselves and they're going to grow and they're going to capture CO2. So we are depolluting the water. We are capturing CO2 when we grow the algae. We are bleaching them and we make a bioplastic, which is going to be alternative to the fossil-based plastics with a certain percentage of bio-based content. So today, this is the summary of the process. With this process, from something which is green, we come to something which is white. We can make obviously a flexible film or a rigid material for basically a lot of application on the packaging automotive industry. We've got several awards. We are in France today, and we have already several awards with several big companies. Specific. Sorry, I put my timer on it, and it's it started earlier than planned. So yes, sorry. So we've got several awards with large supermarket where we are making a garbage bag. We're working with the cosmetic industry. We have a strong partnership because it's now one of our shareholders. One of our shareholders is a Mexican company called Bimbo Venture, which is very famous in Mexico. So Bimbo Venture is one of our financial partner and one of our potential customer. We're working in the food industry. We are Food Contact, and we can as well make compostable. We have a lot of national and international awards to celebrate our technology. Today, our plant is 1.3 hectare. It's connected to the sea. We are raising money to do another plant of 100 hectares, sorry, to make 30,000 tons of bio-based plastics. We have a license in Indonesia, and obviously our product and our technology can be scalable in various countries of the world. Obviously, in Mexico, we can build a plant as close as possible to the main industry. We are able with by Solar Impulse. I don't know if you know that foundation, which is basically labeling the best 1,000 solution in the world to try to help our planet not to go in the wall. Thank you very much.
Perfect. Thank you, Philippe. This was perfect timing as well. I see everybody has rehearsed as they should, exactly in the 5 minutes. We are already starting to have a few questions in the chat here. So one common question that I think is up and running is whether your solution can be used with Sargassum. In the meantime, I will open the poll on the side as well to express interest in a meeting with Philippe.
Yes, we can. We are working. Again, one of our main shareholder is Grupo Bimbo, which, as you know, is a major Mexican group. So we are working on Sargassum. We can bleach them. We can make composite material. We can be rigid material. We can use the fiber. So yes, it could be compatible with the Sargassum. Maybe on different application of the macroalgae we are using now, but definitely yes.
Perfect. We also have another question asking whether you have considered a certification of the product as sustainable under ICSS+?
ISCC Plus. Well, we are far from ICC. Well, it could be, but ICC Plus for me is not the best option. We can quantify the impact of our product by having an LCA. We've got a life cycle assessment which has been done according to ISO 14040. So we can show that we have actually really capturing carbon, that we are really doing something positive. ICC Plus is more quantification of in and out of product. Really, we have a product which is actually a full substitute to certain type of plastics with various bio-based content from 25 to 65% of bio-based content, and yes, it's very quantifiable.
Perfect, thank you. We have another question asking whether the price of this polymer compared to its what is the price of the polymer compared to its commercial equivalent?
Well, today, to be honest, it's difficult to give a price on the comparison polymer to polymer. I would say application to application. Today, we are doing a garbage bag, which is massive consumption everywhere in the world. And we are about 10% of the leader. We're not the cheapest, but we are 10% cheaper than the leader of the market, which is 100% fossil based. So we have much more positive impact using, again, partially bio-based solution, and we are about 10% cheaper. So we are competitive on price. We design our plants and our product to be already on the market, not to be something for a niche market, but cosmetic industry is working with us. We are doing e-envelope, envelope for shipping product by emails, and we did replace some paper envelope. We did replace some plastic envelope. So we are, let's say, in the middle of the plastic and the paper pricing.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Philippe. There is other questions in the chat that I encourage you to start answering now. For time management, we will move on to the next picture. But thank you again for this very interesting presentation, and we hope we can help you follow up with a lot of the people here in the room today.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so with this, we will move to our final picture of the day, which is Tech for Plus from Spain, joining us with Diego Polanco here in the room. So welcome, Diego. I will pass you the presenter role. And as we know by now, you will have 5 minutes for your pitch, and we can start whenever you are ready.
All right. I was told to speak Spanish, so I will switch languages. So, buenos días, México. Y os da los buenos días un tipo que se llama Diego Fernández Polanco, o sea, DF Polanco, y que casualidades del destino vivió en Polanco, en el DF, hace unos años, haciendo un proyecto para Pemex. O sea, que hay algo escrito en las estrellas entre México y yo. Hoy os voy a comentar nuestra tecnología de hidrólisis térmica. Si tuviera que resumir así en una sola frase qué hacemos en Tech for Plus, en nuestra empresa, valorizamos los residuos orgánicos a través de nuestra tecnología patentada de hidrólisis térmica, que en titular también es un pretratamiento que hace la digestión anaerobia, como la que nos ha mostrado antes Bioyest, más eficiente, ¿vale? Aquí en España somos en parte la compañía de Polanco. ¿Por qué? Pues porque mi padre fue uno de los pioneros en digestión anaerobia, no en España, sino en Europa. Y bueno, tipo conocido en el sector y tal, pues Eric y yo lo único que hicimos fue convencerle de lanzarnos juntos a esta aventura de comercializar la tecnología. Por centrar un poco el tema, ¿qué problemas estamos intentando solucionar aquí? Si tenemos un residuo orgánico y la suerte de tener una digestión anaerobia, generamos un biogás, pero problema número 1, no generamos tanto como nos gustaría. Tenemos un biosólido, problema número 2, que todavía tenemos que gestionar y que nos cuesta un dinero gestionar. Y problema número 3, nos cuesta dinero montar toda la planta de biogás o de biometano o de lo que sea. Para intentar solucionar esto, pues miramos un poquitín más en detalle dentro de la digestión. Dentro de la digestión, sin entrar en mucho detalle técnico, tenemos esas 4 etapas que están ahí dibujaditas en azul. La limitante es la primera, es la hidrólisis, la etapa de hidrólisis, es la que limita la cinética. En palabras más fáciles, si queréis, los bichitos que están dentro del digestor y que son capaces de transformar el residuo en biogás son vagos. A ellos no les gusta comer sólido, les gusta beber un juguito. Entonces, la primera etapa es solubilizar y crear ese jugo que ellos pueden biodigerir. Entonces, con esta observación, ¿cuál es una potencial solución? Sacamos la etapa de hidrólisis fuera de la digestión. Si queréis, lo podéis imaginar, la hidrólisis como una olla a presión casi, en la que estamos generando ese jugo que es más biodigerible. Tenemos unos bichitos más contentos que hacen varias cosas. Generan más biogás porque les es más fácil convertir el residuo en gas, un 35% según el número que tenéis ahí. Sacamos menos biosólido, que nos suele estar costando X pesos por tonelada, con lo cual hay un ahorro ahí. Y como os decía, que es una especie de olla a presión, estamos higienizando, estamos limpiando de patógenos el biosólido, con lo cual su aplicación agrícola cumple legislación y es segura. Y una última cosa muy interesante que hace es disminuir mucho el volumen de digestión. El dinero que nos está costando un digestor, al tener este zumito más digerible, podemos hacer el mismo trabajo en un digestor la mitad de tamaño o la mitad de caro, ¿no? Entonces, ahorro de CAPEX, si queréis ahí. Si queréis tener una idea, nosotros solemos hacer plantas de hidrólisis térmica llave en mano en España y suelen tener un retorno de la inversión, depende del sitio obviamente, pero bueno, en torno de 3 años. Es un poco el genérico de la hidrólisis térmica. En particular, ¿cómo lo hacemos nosotros? Con lo que llamamos el proceso Polanco. En honor a mi padre, que falleció el año pasado, pues bueno, decidimos coger su firma, que la tenéis por ahí, y bueno, recordarnos nuestros orígenes, ¿no? Y por daros un par de pinceladas de nuestros diferenciales respecto a otras tecnologías, el nuestro es un proceso continuo, no es batch por cargas como otros procesos comerciales que hay ahí, con las ventajas que eso tiene en cuanto a control, de facilidad de control y robustez. Y tenemos un sistema más integrado térmicamente para consumir mejor energía. En parte porque la hidrólisis es un proceso que puede estar bien en determinadas circunstancias, pero requiere mucha energía como proceso térmico, con lo cual hacer ese encaje de integración energética es una de las claves de un proyecto exitoso, ¿no? Por contaros un pelín la historia, como os decía, mi padre empezó por ahí en los finales de los 70, principios de los 80, a hacer digestión anaerobia. La hizo de todos los colores, sabores y tamaños. Y en el 2006, con una tesis doctoral, siempre en el entorno de la Universidad de Valladolid, España, no Valladolid, Yucatán, que es bien bonito, por cierto, la de México, digo, empezó en el 2006 a jugar con hidrólisis térmica, tesis doctoral, y bueno, lo que tenéis en pantalla es el típico scale-up, el típico proceso de escalado de desarrollo de una tecnología. Un pilotito de laboratorio, otro más grande, un piloto industrial y acabaron con planta industrial. Por esa época aparecí yo de vuelta de mis viajes por el mundo, convencí a mi padre de montar la empresita y hemos hecho pues bastantes cosas hasta ahora. Tenemos, aparte de algunas plantas piloto, varias plantas comerciales ya funcionando para clientes públicos, como por ejemplo el Ayuntamiento de Sevilla, ¿no? Copero es la depuradora de Sevilla, o la EPSAR Pinedo es la depuradora de Valencia. O sea, son ciudades españolas de 1 millón de habitantes, más o menos, y clientes privados también, ¿no? Como veis ahí, pues algunas de las compañías grandes españolas de infraestructura, como Acciona, o FCC o Aqualia. ¿Vale? Entonces, con esto, con un poco de suerte, os da un poco la perspectiva de quiénes somos y qué hacemos, rápido, en 5 minutos. Por ahí os dejo mis datos de contacto y a la orden para lo que necesitéis. Y aprovecho para comentaros que a finales de octubre, o sea, en un mes, andaré por México, en Querétaro. Es el congreso más grande que hay en Latinoamérica de digestión. Este año es en Querétaro. Y andaré por ahí, o sea que si de casualidad alguien va a estar en ese congreso o tal, pues bueno, pues es una ocasión para conocernos también en persona. Así que ya me callo. Muchísimas gracias y a vuestra disposición para lo que requiráis.
Muchísimas gracias, Diego. Thank you for the presentation. We are a little bit short on time towards the end of the webinar. I encourage everyone to still fill in the little poll on the site. We'll take time for some questions, then we'll have a closing of the session. So we'll probably go around 5 to 10 minutes over time. I really encourage you to stay, those who can. We will already share a link for a feedback survey as well in the chat. So please fill in the feedback survey to let us know your thoughts. Now, talking about the questions, I see a question here that says, one is asking, ¿me podría repetir el nombre del congreso? Por favor,
Sí. El congreso es el 14º, o sea, 14 Congreso de Digestión Anaerobia. Si pones DAL, D-A-A-L 14, México, bueno, os lo copio por ahí, en Google te sale el primero. Os lo copio por aquí en el chat. Ahí tienes la web en el chat.
Perfecto. También hay una pregunta de ¿cuál es la escala mínima económica?
Pues como todo en esta vida depende. Depende muchísimo del precio de la energía, que puede ser, bueno, razonablemente constante, por ejemplo, en diferentes sitios de España es bastante constante, y del precio del biosólido, que eso sí que varía muchísimo, porque depende si eres alguien que puede mandar el biosólido a compostaje, tienes un precio, si lo tienes que mandar a vertedero tienes otro, si la legislación es más estricta es otro. Pero bueno, el tamaño mínimo económico suele ser, porque obviamente hay economías de escala, a partir de ciudades de 150.000, 200.000 habitantes equivalentes, suele empezar a tener sentido económico.
Perfecto. Última pregunta. ¿En México tienen operaciones en PETAR? En caso de ya contar con PETAR, ¿cómo se incorpora este proceso? ¿Se hace reingeniería?
Nosotros, no, en México no tenemos ninguna planta. De hecho, como parte de este congreso voy a estar visitando a Totonilco, que es uno de los sueños de mi vida, ¿no? Pues creo que es la PETAR más grande del mundo o algo así. Estuvimos estudiando para Totonilco y para algunos casos. En una PETAR, y la mayoría de las hidrólisis térmicas están en PETAR, se suele poner como pretratamiento a la digestión anaerobia. Pero en algunos casos, si hay mucha capacidad de digestión ya instalada, se puede instalar como intertratamiento, es decir, tener una primera digestión, digerirlo fácil si queréis, luego meter eso digerido en la hidrólisis para trabajar ahí sobre lo más difícilmente biodigerible y acabar el trabajo en una postdigestión. O sea que depende mucho de la EDAR, de la PETAR en particular, y depende mucho del sistema de cogeneración que tenga, que en general son motores que luego también generan, aparte de electricidad, calor. Cómo hacer ese encaje con el calor, que sea suficiente calor excedentario para mover la hidrólisis, requiere un estudio un poco específico de cada PETAR. En México aún no tenemos, pero no por falta de ganas.
Gracias. Thank you very much, Diego. With this, we will stop this question session. There's still a couple in the chat, so if you have a couple of minutes, you can answer there, or we will facilitate after the session. Thank you very much for joining. It was a very interesting presentation. With this, we are getting to the end of our webinar here today. So I will pass the floor to Jorge again, just for a couple of final remarks. And we all really encourage you to please fill in the feedback survey that we have. With the feedback survey, if you missed one of the polls, you can also retake the chance to express interest in meeting with one of our companies so the team can help you follow up with them. Jorge, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Virginia. Well, the next steps are please count with us to schedule follow-up meetings to clarify the questions that came into today's sessions. Submit a business concept via platform. We have the platform. There are the formats. You can fill out the formats, or you can ask us for support to fill up the joint business concept. With that joint business concept, you could be selected to receive the technical assistance, and the technical assistance depends on the necessities of the project. Finally, sign a deal and start doing business with one of the more than 300 European Union companies that we have currently in the platform. And well, please share your feedback with us. This session was thought to be in English because we have some European companies among our attendants, but the Mexican companies as well share with us your thoughts on this event. And well, that's all, Virginia.
Thank you very much, Jorge. Yes, I see a question in the chat. Sí, vamos a compartir el recording del webinar y también slide deck, si quieren. So we will share both the recording and the slide deck from the webinar with those who want. Of course, we will just check with our companies if they agree to share the presentations, but overall, everything will be shared via email and also via the LCBAM Mexico platform. So I will just go back to our final slide here. Here you have the links to our platform. If any of you here today is not registered yet, please register so we can help you follow up with the companies. We also have some links to our social media channels where we can spread news on all our upcoming events. At the moment, we would like to remind you that we have 2 events upcoming still in the next weeks. We have one event on the 5th of October on renewable energies, so green energy, and one on the 19th of October in hydrogen and green mobility. So if you're interested, stay tuned via our channels, via our platform, and you're very welcome to join those sessions as well. With this, thank you very much again for everybody joining us today. Gloria, Diego, Philippe, Victor, Georgie, it was a pleasure having you with us. I think it was a great session, and we will for sure be in touch very soon, as you know by now.